20. G47. The prize for the Series game is $117. I-25. B10.
Bingo! Yeah.
2-8-20-33.
2-8-20-33.
53, 63, 68.
53, 63, and 68.
4-11,
4-11,
22, 28.
22, 28. Are there any other winners? One winner, $300. O-75. B12.
He calls the numbers. And if you get about 5 in a row, you forget everything around you, because if you have those numbers, then you just sort of hold your breath as though you're going to win $1 million. And you just keep thinking, oh, this is it, I'm going to win, I'm going to win.
I go to bingo because I used to be an alcoholic, and I drank too much. When my wife died, in respect to my wife, I stopped drinking and started going to bingos, and I've been going there ever since.
What else can a person do when they get old? They're going to do something to enjoy themselves, don't they?
Oh, you pick up a girl now, man.
I love it. I could go morning, noon, and night. That's how much I love bingo.
It doesn't take a great deal of intelligence. It's certainly not a physical thing. I just couldn't sit there and do
It
it.
doesn't take intelligence, Gene, but when you get addicted to it, the same as you're smoking. You smoke,
Yeah.
and you're told not to smoke. You're still smoking. You're not supposed to be smoking.
But I can do other things while I smoke. Like if I had to just sit down and smoke
But you're
all day.
smoking. I smoke too.
Yeah.
Then, it's the same thing as you taking a cigarette as me picking up a bingo card.
Yes,
It's
but
something, I've got it in my hand. I might win tonight. But I had a lot of winning streaks. One night I was sick. I was so sick I couldn't raise my head. My rent was due. And I asked my girls, I said, go to bingo. I said, maybe you'll win enough to pay our rent. And they went and they won it. The exact amount of my rent was $350. And they won it and brought it home to me. So is that lady luck?
Oh, I think bingo players are among the most superstitious people there are. A lot of them don't like money on the table, and others, they put their money on a card.
They'd say, now, why will you win tonight? Why are you going to win tonight? I'd say, look, you buy your cards ahead of me, and then I'll buy mine. And they would, and I'd win. Then they'd say, well, you buy yours first. I'd buy mine first, and I'd win. And we could not get them to win. We couldn't get them to win at all.
Why come to bingo? To win.
To win money,
Definitely to win.
trying to make our fortune.
I come here because it's a good hall, friendly staff, and I win a little bit.
When they say this game is for $1,000, we're going to play an X, you can almost tell if you're going to get down to 1 to win it by the first 3 or 4 numbers. If you don't get them, you just don't get them. You just get a funny feeling in the pit of your stomach that, oh, why not buy another card?
Personally, I think if you're going to win, you're going to win.
One night there I went. The wife asked me if I was being set.
And I said to him, oh, are you set? That means, are you down to 1 number?
And she looked at me and I was asleep.
And I looked over at him. He was snoring.
I would say it was boring to me. It's a waste of time.
He didn't have a chip on his card. That's the last time I ever asked him to go to bingo.
Well, my wife, she'd probably kill me because she thinks I go to the bingo too much and I'm becoming a bingo bag, you know. But I like going. I went today and I won a couple times, but she don't know about that either. So that's why I'm here tonight. I'm on a lucky streak, I think.
Oh, no, it's not an addiction. I just do it because there's nothing else to do. You get sick of watching television.
It splits a family. And nobody is going to tell me it doesn't. to go once a week, twice a week, that's all right. But I was going 5 nights a week, 5 afternoons if I could, and I wasn't working, and sometimes at midnight.
Even my children say to me today, what do you got to go to the bingo for all the time, Mom?
It gave her a chance to get out. It was probably a form of recreation. She'd only go maybe once, sometimes twice a week. It wasn't a constant thing. But at that time, when you're 7 and 8 and 9, you don't think of the reasons why your mother goes. You just know that she goes. And you wish that she would stay home.
I was addicted, and I mean addicted. I'd never leave them alone. Always paid a babysitter. Paid more in babysitters than I won.
When I was younger and I went to bingo, I used to take my kids with me. They used to bring their homework to the bingo with them to do their homework.
I felt so guilty one night. I got down the bus stop, and they were only little, and they said, "Don't go tonight, Mom." And I felt so bad that I bought some ice cream and went home and stayed home with them.
To me, it's always something that's been associated with gambling. And that's sort of, it's a taboo thing. But that was just the way I was brought up.
Bingo is compulsive gambling, the same as a poker player, an alcoholic. The only thing they don't have is Bingo Anonymous. They have Gamblers Anonymous, Alcoholic Anonymous. But the way I look at it is a gamble.
Gambling is something that we do the day we're born. You don't know when you leave your home whether you're going to make it back home before you get killed or not. So that's what day in, day out.
Now, Patty's 35 today, and she just told me last week, she said, "You don't know how many nights that we cried wanting our mother home with us." She said, "You never hurt us, you never beat us, but you neglected us that way." And I realized I did. I admit it. I wouldn't then.
Talent night they have on Wednesday nights. And Lovey and all her cousins and everybody goes up there and sings, right? Alice Arsenal went up Wednesday. She didn't win.
Everybody came with a Sobeys bag and package of gum in it and chocolate bars, and it was just like a party. You'd empty it all out on the table and help yourself and play cards and talk. And we played cards and talked and smoked and chewed gum, drank pop, and played bingo at the same time.
If I said check out Judy with her big mouth, do you hear anything? Ever since I was a kid.
And believe it or not, your friends would get mad if you won. Some of them. Say, "Well, you won last night." Oh, one even asked me to stay home. "Why don't you stay home so we can win?" And I won a great big jackpot one time, about 8 years ago, $3,800. And it's sitting out in my backyard. I swim in it. I just sat one night for B13, and B13 came out, and I won it. So I come home that night and called the man I knew, and I asked him if he put one in for 2 weeks, I'd buy it. And I had my pool by 2 weeks. They came and locked me in my truck. They take you out with your money and lock you in your truck. And I didn't have one friend sitting with me at the time that could help me show how elated I was, you know, to win this money. But they did come over and they congratulated me, and that was the end of that. My seat was taken after that. Anytime I went out there to play bingo, that seat would be taken by somebody else. I've seen me sit in a bingo hall, not too far away, sit on chairs on boards because it leaked the night before in the rain, and there was that much rain underneath. It's a wonder I didn't die of pneumonia. And it would be right through the bingo hall. Instead of him closing it down, he'd bring in a bunch of boards for us to walk over. And it didn't matter to us. As long as the tables were there and our cards were there, we could buy our cards.
But yeah, she used to say, like, you know, something, we're sitting here spending our money, she says, on bingo, and we shouldn't be. But it was something in her heart that she loved to do, that's why. But after, you know, if you don't win, you always get that saying, why am I here? Why did I spend my money? But we always want to do it, you know.
There's no challenge. And I'm not a gambler.
Oh, no. Yes, there is a challenge.
Well, to me, there
When
wouldn't
you go
be.
to the larger bingos that pay $1,000 a line, there's no challenge. There certainly is a challenge. Until you see the ones that cheat win, then you know you can win after them.
Well, I'm not much a gambler. I don't have any gambling instinct,
No.
so it's just not something I would like to do.
Don't get her and I into a fight because we're good neighbors.
Oh, I know Shirley about 10 years. There was something wrong with her eyes. And it was a sad thing to see because she wanted to play bingo just like anybody else. Now today she can't even see at all hardly. I hope the Lord gives her back her sight.
And if I look at the first number, I wouldn't see the second one. Until I looked at the second one, then I wouldn't see the third one. It was just missing. This doctor I went to told me that it happened in the advanced stages. All of a sudden, my eye gave away. I gave it up, had to.
She used to drive her car, and now she can't even drive her car, so. Even when her eyes went bad there for a while, she drove, and she used to tell us she could hardly see, and I said, Shirley, you shouldn't be doing that. Now you stop that.
I used to ask them to repeat the numbers, and then it got to a point that I used to feel that they didn't want me to sit with them. So I moved away from Vonnie and them because I thought I was hurting their game, you know.
She used to sit by us, and I used to help her, and she was so pleased. You could tell she was very pleased about it.
It got to a point that I didn't even speak to them, and they wondered why. So we talked one night. Here I found out they were praying for me. Yeah.
She's starting to get a little bit of sight back. I'm kind of glad. Yeah. I prayed for her. I did enough praying for Shirley.
Seems like everything they're trying to do to help me is going wrong. He just said, I'll see you next week. Nothing else. He didn't say anything. I don't ask. Because when everything's going good, he tells me it's going great. No, this time he didn't. Turned his back, looked at my chart.
Once you get back once, you know, you got that feeling, I want to go, I want to go. So you get the feeling again. So she'll get the feeling back. Yeah, I know Shirley, too good.
I have no desire to go because I know that my purse would take a beating. And I mean it would. I'm not the bingo player you go play one card.
How you doing?
Good. How'd you do?
Not good. Didn't do any winning tonight. Bad scene tonight. Now I got to go work all night. Make the money I lost. So guess that's it for tonight.
I don't think my money was wasted going to bingo or spending it on the pool. And I always said, when I die, I want to be buried under that pool with a bingo card on top of me.
Your first number, I-20. G47. The prize for this evening's game is $117. I-25. B13.
Two, 8, 20, 33.
2, 8, 20, 33.
53, 63, 68.
53, 63, and 68. 4, 11, 22, 28. Are there any winners? One winner, $300. Oh, 17.5. B12.